What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Well, let's go to Del Mar, Saturday, August 17th. It is the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks, going a mile and an eighth, $300,000 the purse for this one. And we've got a horse that I really, really like in this race, and we'll talk about that horse right off the bat. It is a field of 8. Let's talk about the number 1, Iscreamuscream. That is the horse that, spoiler alert, I'm going to put on top in this race. We'll talk about her a little bit here. Backed this horse in the first 2 races of her career, a 6-furlong turf sprint win, and then a 6-furlong allowance win. And both those races, blowout efforts in kind of situations where each time I watched her, I thought, yeah, she'll stretch out fine. She kind of seems like a horse that kind of almost wants to stretch out. Well, she did stretch out last time out in the San Clemente, and I put her in second that day. I tried to put Zona Verde on top, and look, I thought Zona Verde ran an extremely good race that day, but Iscreamuscream was just too good and got the job done. Now we're stretching out to a mile and eighth, and I think that is the biggest question mark, but she does have a pedigree that says she should be able to do it, and she's lone speed in the race again, guys. So I think Iscreamuscream going to be very tough to beat in this one. I've got her on top, and look, I think she'll be tough. All right, let's talk about some of the other ones here. The number 2, Circle of Trust. This is another D'Amato horse coming in here today. Coming off a win in the Grade 3 Honeymoon last time out, going this distance. I thought that was important to kind of note. This horse did win going the distance and did it pretty impressively. Has actually 2 wins at the distance, broke the maiden 3 races back as well. Look, I think this is another one for D'Amato you're going to have to respect. I think this horse, if not win, can hit the board, and I think could do it at a little bit of a decent price. And if the pace does kind of come back a little bit, I think this is the one that could benefit. The number 3 is Whiskey Decision. This horse is coming off 3 straight victories, albeit at kind of smaller tracks and smaller races. Broke the maiden on the synthetic at Turfway Park, then went to Churchill Downs and won an allowance over the turf. That was the first race over the turf for Whiskey Decision. And then last time out at 1-5 was able to get the job done at Delaware Park and the Christiana Stakes. And look, I think has earned this shot to come in here, and I think has a big shot. Gets Rispoli aboard. I think this is one that you certainly have to pay attention to. Blowout victories in these last 3 races. So, as we go through the field, and number 1, Iscreamuscream, a horse that I'm excited about. The 2's tough, the 3's tough, and now let's go to the number 4, Zona Verde. Hey, finished second, only beaten 3/4 of a length last time out. This horse is ultra classy, if not, just can't quite get the job done in some of these bigger races, but has been close in all of them. And this is another one. Maybe this is just a board hitter, hit the board and we'll see what happens with this horse. That kind of feels like what she is, but boy, she made a big run. Stretching out a distance should not hurt this horse. Be the first time she goes a mile and an eighth. Well, we talked about class. What about the number 5, Buku? This is a one coming in from the East, and that's usually a pretty good kind of thing coming on from the East Coast to the West Coast when you're a turf horse. Source won the Appalachian on debut last year, or this year, I should say, at Keeneland. And then, 6th in the Edgewood, didn't run very well. Ran pretty good in the Regret to get 2nd. Not very good last time out in the Belmont Oaks. Much tougher race, though. Got 6th, beaten 4 lengths. Look, I think this is a horse that's got a lot of class. I don't think her form is quite as good as some of the others in this race right now that are here locally based. But, I think this is a horse you better pay attention to. Look, I thought the race 2 back, she ran awfully well. And I thought her race at Keeneland, she ran awfully well. And that race 2 back was at a mile and an eighth. So I think she comes in with a huge shot here as well, coming in from the East Coast. All right, let's keep going here. Let's go to number 6, Maduro. And Maduro coming off of a 3rd place effort in the San Clemente. This horse kind of didn't get the best trip last time out. Came from out of it, just could not get the job done. 4 straight races, 4 straight wins before that loss in the San Clemente last time out. We'll see what happens here today. Better trip, a little bit more forwardly placed. You look at the 4 starts before that last effort at Del Mar. The horse wasn't on the lead, but was always within 3-4 lengths of the lead. And then last time out, just kind of got too far behind. I think she'll run better. I think this, again, broken record, but this is another one that I think's got a big shot to turn the tables on the Iscreamuscream. All right, let's keep going here. The number 7 is Sakura Blossom. Easy for me to say. Number 7 coming in off a 4th place effort in that San Clemente last time out, and then 2nd in the Honeymoon 2 races back. So kind of ran behind some of the horses that I think are main contenders here. You can't play them all, and for that reason, I kind of just was like, well, I'm going to take a pass on the 7 this time, but this isn't a bad horse. This would not be a shock if this horse won. Let's take note. Horse hit the board in the Honeymoon, finishing 2nd at 28-1, and then last time out, 17-1, and got 4th, only beaten 3 1/4. So she's not a terrible horse. Just this is a really tough race. And then finally, the number 8 Sea Dancer. So we round out the field. Now, this is another one. I kind of threw this one out, back-to-back efforts that weren't very good. Did win an allowance 3 races back at Santa Anita, but the Honeymoon got 6th, beaten 7. The San Clemente got 8th, beaten 5 1/4. So for me, it's just like both of those races are just not good enough, and I don't know how you're going to turn the tables on an even tougher field today. Those 2 fields were pretty tough, and now you get a tougher group. So to me, hard for me to make a case for the 7 or the 8 as far as winning. But all right, let's recap it here. In the number 1, Iscreamuscream, that's who I am going to put on top. A couple of notes that I didn't make that I'll make now. When she went 6 furlongs, she was not fast enough to get the lead, but she sat off the pace and still was able to get the job done. And then that natural sprint to route speed, which you saw last time out, when she stretched out to a mile, she kind of fell on the lead. But I think the good news is if a horse like goes crazy out front, I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem. What the point I'm trying to make is she doesn't need the lead. She can sit off and still be okay. We saw that in those sprint races. So, I'm pretty excited about this horse. I think she's got a lot of versatility. I think she's the horse in the race with the most upside. I do like Buku. I do like Maduro, Whiskey Decision, Circle Trust. I like all those horses. I'll play, a couple of those horses underneath. But on top, I like number 1, Iscreamuscream. All right, guys, that'll do it for a preview of the Del Mar Oaks. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. Check out racingdudes.com for full coverage of all the races every single day. That's where we have all of our main handicapping and picks. And all right, guys, good luck Saturday, August 17th, if you're going to play Del Mar.